our sea turtles' different ecosystems out in the ocean. And so for our activity today, we are going to get to make our very own ecosystem. We are going to be using objects from all around our home to create a beautiful coral reef scene. So grab your Play-Doh, clay, pasta, all sorts of things to create this beautiful coral reef scene fit for all of our native sea turtles. So for our coral reef today, honestly, we are just compiling anything you can find. The main things you're definitely going to need are Play-Doh, because that is going to be our base to kind of stick everything down. I'm going to be using a kind of tray to keep everything inside of. That's going to be my base, but you can use a piece of cardboard, a piece of paper, anything to kind of stick your Play-Doh onto instead of a table. That's good. So I'm using a tray. You can use cardboard. I have my Play-Doh. Everything else is just kind of whatever you have around. You can use buttons. You can use pasta like I'm going to be using. Mine's already colored, but you can do whatever you want with it. Natural pasta, rice even. I'm using pasta. I have some beads. I have some pom-poms, both tiny ones and big ones. I have some glittery pipe cleaners and some kind of cool looking weird striped pipe cleaners that I thought would be cool to make a coral out of. And then I also have some little sea turtle toys that I would like to place in my coral reef because that is one of their homes. So honestly, just anything you can find around, and we are going to compile together to make a beautiful coral reef together. All right, friends, so to begin with our coral reef, I actually decided to go ahead and grab some of our biofacts that we have here at Loggerhead Marine Life Center to kind of give us some inspiration of what do some of my corals want to look like? What do I want some of my things in my coral reef to look like? So I went ahead and grabbed 2 of our bony corals, or our stony corals. So we have some stony corals here, and then I also have a little sea fan, and I brought a beautiful sea sponge. So looking over my biofacts, I have a couple of different ideas. I think I would love to make a sea sponge, kind of a wavy pattern sea sponge out of Play-Doh. I feel like I could definitely emulate some of these stony corals using the pipe cleaners that I have. I would love to create maybe a little sea fan, maybe using some pastas, maybe some of the beads that I have. So just kind of looking over all of the things that I have here, I can go ahead and emulate onto my coral reef made out of materials I have laying around. So we're going to go ahead and take some inspiration from the corals that we've seen throughout our presentation, from the corals and things here, and then we're going to go ahead and make our coral reef. To start us off, I went ahead and grabbed my tray, and I've opened up my 4 different colors of Play-Doh. You can use however many Play-Dohs you would like, but I just happened to grab 4 of them. And so to start us off, I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a base layer of maybe this light blue. We're going to make a base layer so that everything that I'm using today will actually stick onto my tray. So I'm just going to use a nice thin layer, and I'm just going to kind of press it down, squish it around, so that when I start actually creating my corals, my sponges, my anemones, everything that I want in here, it has a base to stick onto. So I'm just going to do that, and then from there, we're going to go ahead and start kind of just creating everything that we want out of this coral reef. So start off with this base of Play-Doh to stick everything down onto, and then from there, we're just going to start creating our corals using the different objects that we have around our homes. bunch of materials that we have all around our home. I cannot wait to see what you guys use to make your coral reef structures. Remember to send a picture over in our Google Classroom. I can't wait to see you guys for our last day of camp tomorrow. I hope you had fun learning all about our sea turtles, ecosystems, and creating your lovely coral reef. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.